Rebecca always insisted on living in the city. It's expensive. We could only afford a small house. It's overpriced, ugly, and the landlord is a bitch. Were we to live anywhere else, this place would be a fraction of the rent I pay for it. I can get us somewhere bigger. Maybe then we could afford what Rebecca needs for recovery. I want to move. Making sure that Rebecca gets better as fast as possible is more important to me. But Rebecca insists that we stay. She says that the city is our home, that she doesn't want to leave our memories behind. Gosh, it's a terrible place. We could save money. Convince Rebecca, let Rebecca stay.
Well, I mean, because we know that she already dies, which is kind of weird.
Yes.
Because I feel like you may as well just let her stay because, I mean, we can't save her, so give her, I don't know what the word is, like a good life for what she has left.
Yeah, give her better quality of life.
Yeah. And not have to deal with, like, the stress of, like, moving.
Yeah, moving is stressful. It really sucks. So, yeah, I think letting her stay is probably ideal. I reluctantly let her stay. She insists that she'll recover without the extra equipment. We spend the evening reminiscing about the horrible state that the house was on the day we first moved in. Rebecca did a really good job on it. She's proud. We get an urgent call about the test results that day. Rebecca plays our wedding music in the car as we drive to the hospital. She sings along very loudly. She's trying to be positive. She's trying to make me smile. It's not good news.
No.
She's dying. It's terminal. I can't smile anymore. I think the static there shows her climbing out of the tub, but it's just like really distorted. I think that's it.
I swear those beeps are getting faster.
I think it's just you. I mean, I can check in post, but...
I don't know. Maybe I am going crazy. Oh no, the tub! It's empty.
That's a good thing.
Oh no, that thing has been walking around her house all night. Oh.
She's been trying to find the bathroom. It's been taking a while.
Oh.
I think I heard something break in the kitchen. Is somebody in there? I don't have time for any of this. I'm already late for work, and if I don't finish my report today, I could lose my job. Honestly, I'd rather be burglared. Should I go in?
Gosh. Oh. Eee. I like that delighted evil laugh. Because I'm curious. But then...
Curiosity or preservation of life.
Oh, but if she's...
Self-preservation.
Oh, but if she's late for work... But then, if she doesn't look at it now, what if it turns into something even worse?
And that's the dilemma here.
Well, I feel like if it was me, I probably would just look.
So go in?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go in.
Because I'm a curious cat that's gonna
See, I wouldn't just go in there. I would, like, grab a baseball bat or something and go in there.
Or a Keyblade.
Or my Keyblade, because we don't have a baseball bat anymore. Hey, that is 5 pounds of metal. It's heavy and hurts. There's nothing here. I was sure that I heard something break in here, but nothing seems to be out of place. Maybe it was nothing.
What does that say? I love you.
Elana, I love you.
Aww.
Me and Rebecca used to write notes like this for each other. She used to leave them so that I would see them before I left for work. Is this some kind of joke? This isn't funny. Only someone who knows enough about me and Rebecca could do something so personal. Even the handwriting looks like Rebecca's. I'm so late for work.
Oh.
I mean, at least put it in the trash.
I like her skirt.
I love this outfit. It's my favorite outfit that she wears. I want an outfit like this. Like, that is actual case of, like, something with a skirt where I'm like, oh, I actually want to wear that. My stomach's making noises.
Oh no, your stomach's scared. I swear it's faster.
Hello? Nothing. Nobody seems to be there. I guess I'll hang up. She types like I do. It's like the hunt and peck in half, like proper.
Yeah. I was about to say something about that. Oh.
That's my home phone number. Is somebody really inside my house? Are they really calling me from my own home? Surely this has to be some kind of joke.
Oh.
I shouldn't answer it. They've broken into my home. I still really need to finish this report by the end of the day. But then maybe I should answer it? I have no idea who this person is or why they might be calling. Who knows who it could be? Who knows who it could be? Answer it or do not.
See, I usually hate answering the phone when I don't know the number.
But you know the number.
Yeah.
You know the number. You really know this number.
True. So, and plus I've been going the curious cat route, so let's go all in.
Answer. Heavy breathing.
Oy.
Strained, raspy, and painful breathing from what sounds like a woman. It's absolutely horrifying. It sounds so painfully familiar, so reminiscent of Rebecca's breathing over the last couple months of her life. Just as the cancer had begun to spread to her lungs. Who could be doing this? Why are they doing this? Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Hey, she knows how to use phones. Stay calm. Whoever is doing this is likely responsible for everything that's happened. This is just some terrible joke. I will just call the police, change the locks, and forget that any of this ever happened. Everything will be fine. Normal.
Everything's not fine and everything's not normal!
Ah, yes, just walk into your house and not call the police first.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good. Oh.
Oh my. Hi!
Oh, is that a towel?
It might be a towel, actually, not a dress.
Wow.
Yes, just go upstairs. The door was right behind you. You could have just left.
Yeah, why wasn't that an option?
Nope. You need to be trapped in this house with the ghost. Because this is a horror game. The figure's standing in the kitchen. Despite everything, it felt like Rebecca. It isn't Rebecca. Maybe if I hide here long enough, it will leave of its own accord.
Oh, no.
I'll stay here until it does.
Oh.
Yes, that's fine. Hey, there's something awful in my house. I'll just stay here. Rebecca has been hospital ridden for a week now. She's on life support. She can no longer move or speak. She could barely breathe. We had to take her. She will never leave. The doctors say that she has only days left. She's going to die. Rebecca is in horrific pain. She frequently gestures to her life support. I know what she wants. This one I have a very strong opinion on, but that's just how I stand in this situation.
Wait, like, are they saying, like, tell the doctors?
No,
or is it
do
just
it yourself.
Oh, no.
Physically do it yourself.
No.
Don't do it?
No, yeah,
Okay.
No.
Don't do it.
I'm sorry.
I don't pull Rebecca's life support. I pour my heart out to her over the next couple of days. I say sorry for everything I did wrong. I tell her how much I love her and how much she means to me. This isn't for us. This is closure for me. I can see the pain in her eyes and I ignore it. I catch her eyes drifting longfully towards her life support machinery. I ignore it. Rebecca dies from pneumonia 5 days later. You should have helped her.
Oh, boy.
See, yeah, because, like, actually physically just getting up and doing it, just, like, right there and then, is just, without any sort of, like, because that's stuff that you have to have, like, figured out beforehand. You have agreements and stuff that you sign. You can't just do it on a whim.
Isn't that illegal?
I'm pretty sure it's illegal. It depends on the country.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
on the state. On the state. I'm sure it
agreeing.
depends on the country, too, but I mean the state.
Oh,
but I think
boy.
you have to have, like, written agreements and stuff like that, and it's
more
complex than just, hey, I'm just going to unplug it. Bills, photos, notebook, TV table. So we know that we'll be able to do everything.
Oh, okay. I guess let's start with the notebook.
Alright. It's one of Rebecca's old notebooks. She used to write her short stories in these. Come with us, page 5. Afraid was the only emotion Jane could put into words. The child never left. She stayed by Jane's side until the terrified woman left for work. Acting normal seemed quite the task for her. Jane returned home wishing that the child would be gone. Alas, she was sat quiet as ever at the kitchen table, turning her head to Jane as she entered the room. Jane spent the day trying to ask the child questions about her name, where she was from, who she was. The woman was met with silence every time. She gave up, continued as normal. If she ignored her, she might go away. But wherever Jane went, the child followed. Wherever Jane sat, the child sat against her. Ignorance wasn't an option. When nighttime fell, the child followed her closely throughout her routine, silent and expressionless. As Jane hesitantly climbed into bed, the child stood where she had done the night before and pointed, knitting her brow once again. Carefully, Jane offered the other side of her bed to her. The child did as she wanted and laid next to the trembling woman. Jane pressed her back against the wall as the child stared at her from the pillow beside her own. They stared at each other for a while before the child sighed that soft little sigh again and closed her eyes. Jane didn't dare move her gaze for what felt like hours. Though the child didn't move, her eyes remained closed, and she was softly breathing. Jane knew the child didn't eat, nor did it use the bathroom. There was very little reason to believe the child needed to sleep. Paranoid, the woman remained obstinately awake. Jane opened her eyes quickly, breathing rapidly as she realized she had fallen asleep. The child's eyes were open, though her position had not moved. It scared Jane to wake to those dark eyes staring at her once again. The room was still dark. Jane desperately tried to regulate her breathing. As her eyes swept the room, she let out a small shriek. Jane scrambled to sit up in the bed, pressing her back hard against the wall. There was a second child stood at the foot of her bed, staring at her with the exact same dark eyes. The child appeared to be a boy. The hair was shorter, but just as dark and flat. It practically obscured his eyes. The child was also wearing a nightgown. They appeared to be a matching set, though they did not acknowledge each other, only her. Jane very briefly tore her eyes away from the second child to look at the first. She was sitting now, too, but her gaze was fixed on Jane. "Come with us," they spoke in unison. The woman sucked in a breath and fought the urge to cry. She shook her head a little in response. Jane then felt the first child sit closer, her hair brushing against her arm. Jane looked down. The girl was staring right at her, leaning her head against her shoulder once again. "Come with us," she spoke, her voice soft. Somehow it calmed her. She felt herself able to breathe again. "Where?" she asked the girl. The child simply sighed and looked ahead, resting on her shoulder. Jane moved her gaze to the boy. He was staring at her. "Where?" she asked again. In response, he moved to where the girl stood the night before. Jane blinked at him and looked down to the bed. "Do you want to go on the bed too?" she asked fearfully. He did so, leaning against the girl, looking ahead as she did. All Jane could do was focus on taking breaths in and out. They sat like that until morning. I actually really like those stories.
Yeah. I guess photos?
Photos.
Even though that doesn't show the photos.
Yeah, I think they try to keep, like, especially pictures of Rebecca or whatever, obscure, so you don't really know what she looks like. It's a photograph of me and Rebecca at a party, just a few days after we'd met. I was a loner at university. I spent a lot of nights at the student bar alone, hoping that I wouldn't be. One night, I wasn't. I met Rebecca. She very quickly introduced me to her circle of friends and invited me to a party later that week. The extrovert adopts the introvert and is like, "Hey, here, have friends." That's how introverts make friends. Extroverts bring them in.
It's interesting that the extrovert is the writer.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That
It usually is the other way
rare.
around. Yeah. Usually extroverts want jobs that are a bit more like
people
social centered or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, what? What am I saying?
I don't know anymore.
We kissed for the first time that night. Oh, there's only one line and I stopped. There's only one more line and I stopped in the middle of it. I'm sorry. That was awkward.
Let's do the TV.
Alright.
Something scary gonna happen.
Attack of the Giant Leeches. This is one of Rebecca's old movies. She used to make fun of me for liking it. She said it was a really bad film. It is. So yeah, I think this is another case of where you could actually watch the movie. And again, I think you get like an achievement for watching it. So hey, if you're ever interested in watching some really bad old movies, let's not bother with that.
Table. Oh, at first I thought I was gonna say, like, okay, that's all. Diary. Oh, butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies seem to be prevalent. I know butterflies, they can, it kind of depends on, crap. I guess like culture or just the use, how they're used, but I think butterflies usually represent, like, they can represent the soul or life in general. I know that they're very closely connected to dreams a lot of the time. So that might be, like, I guess representing Rebecca's soul or something like that. Entry 1. She said no. My dreams might as well just stay in my sleep. Who gives a shit? Clearly not me. I'll just stay in a hospital and be miserable for the rest of my short fucking life. Here's where all your choices come into play.
Okay.
So I tentatively asked Elana to read my stories. Well, not all of them, just the ones I wanted to publish. I won't be able to publish them now. Oh well, she's the biggest critic I have anyway. She said she would. It makes me nervous. I don't know why. When we were studying, she used to read what I wrote, but that was for school. After I graduated and decided to write full-time, she wasn't interested. Started off not having time nor interest for it, ended up shouting at me every time I mentioned it. Clearly, dying is the exception. I've always wondered what she'll say. I'll never find out. She said she was too busy. It was just 5 short stories. She could have read it in the evenings she doesn't have to spend with me. I know she hates seeing me like this, but she won't be seeing me at all soon enough. It would be nice if she would just think about me. Wow, that was the first night out I've had in so long. The usual gang asked me to go out with them for the first time in a while. Since I told them I was on the treatment really. They were a bit sympathetic and annoying at first, but once the alcohol kicked in, things were back to normal. I haven't been drunk in so long either. It was great. I could forget all about this shit and just laugh and dance and do whatever the hell I want. I got tired and a bit wheezy. The treatment really does kick you in the balls. But I had a good time. I refused to let it bring me down, not even for 1 second. Elana was worried. I know she was, but I appreciate her accepting my choice. She doesn't always do that anymore. I think she'll ask me to join them more I think they'll ask me to join them more often now. They were so scared of it before. I think they were terrified they would break me, but they can try all they like. Life can't get rid of me that easy. Elana wants to move. Of course she does. She's been itching to get out of this place since we moved in. I had to reassure her yet again, this place is just a stepping stone. We'll be out of here when we can afford something better in our city. She wanted to live somewhere in the country because it was cheaper and we could get something better for our money. But life is a struggle and we should embrace the challenge. I told her that too. She doesn't like to hear it, but she listened. We love this city. It was always a part of our goals to live here way back when we were at university together. So why not dive in head first? She knew I was right back. She knew I was right back then, and she knows it's right not to go back on it now. I'm glad. I love our shitty little house. I don't care if it doesn't have the fancy equipment I need to recover. I'll recover fine without it. I don't want my home being turned into a hospital. It just sounds depressing. So, I don't even know how to write this. I don't even know how to think it. I've just been told I'm dying. They were really nice about it, but I'm dying. How does a person even process shit like that? I feel like it's not real. But I also feel winded. I don't know what to do.
Oh.
You let me suffer.
Ouch. The rose. I like roses.
I know you do.
Pee.
A preserved rose. Becca gave this to me on the last Valentine's Day we ever spent together. She said it would last forever so that she could make up for all the Valentine's Day she was going to miss. It's wilting. But I thought you said it was preserved.
Oh. Huh. Oh yeah. When it said preserved at first I thought it said perverted. A perverted rose.
Oh yes, it's so perverted. It's undressing you with its eyes.
Oh no.
Okay, what?
The trinket. Whatever that is.
What is that? It's the crystal graduation bear I gave to Rebecca when she graduated. Oh, that's cute. Where she had encouraged me to become more confident and outgoing, I'd pushed and tutored Rebecca to finish university. I was so proud of her that day, and so very grateful. How do you preserve roses?
I have no idea.
See, the main reason I don't really like getting flowers is because they just die.
Yeah.
I like getting potted plants or like actually planting flowers outside. So tip for any guys in the future, buy me Buy me, like, potted orchids and
Yes.
stuff like that. Don't give me dead flowers, okay?
Oh.
Rain. It's the engagement ring that I used to propose a few weeks after we'd move in together. It was a very cheap ring. We didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I was worried she wouldn't like it. I don't think she did, though she would have never admitted it to me.
Oh.
Dude, again, possible future fiance of mine who may be listening, if he is listening. Cheap is fine, okay? It's fine. I don't care. All right, bills? I think that's the only one we haven't done yet.
Yes.
Overdue rent.
No.
Rebecca was always too focused on her writing to consider employment, but we managed till I was demoted.
Aw. Well, I guess we're gonna leave the safety of our room.
All right, let's go see the ghost. Say hello, ghost.
Is it like right behind the door?
Oh, that would be great. It's just like right there. Hi. I've been waiting for you. Hey, I heard Attack of the Giant Leeches on the TV. I want to watch it.
Oh my goodness.
The ghost just likes really bad horror movies.
Oh no.
It's the only reason I'm here. I just want to watch bad horror movies.
Oh no. Scary. Oh, it's
waiting for me. It doesn't want. It hasn't done anything to me yet. It feels like Rebecca. But if it's okay, maybe I should approach it. I think the reason they don't want you to see like pictures of Rebecca is so that you can be kind of like, is this Rebecca? You know, I don't know. But then maybe I should grab a knife from the kitchen first. Just to be safe.
What?
Go in for it. Go for the knife. Go say hi to it, or grab a knife and stab it.
I feel like if you try to attack with a knife, it will just kill you. But maybe if you're nice, it won't. So maybe just go in.
All right, final.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going in.
I don't know. I'm not good at surviving in horrific situations.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you want me to brush your hair? I like brushing hair. Accept. Reject. Take her hand or walk away.
So see, now I'm kind of wondering, is this like, is this like some sort of like allusion to like suicide maybe? Like, where if you accepted it, it's like dying?
I mean, you're just gonna have to go through with it and find out.
I don't, because maybe it's like Rebecca trying to bring her back, or trying to take her to death with her.
I mean, you're gonna have to just do it and find out.
So I almost want to reject it to stay alive. I think.
Or it could just be a malicious ghost that will kill you if you reject it.
Ah!
Who knows? You just gotta pick one and find out.
Reject.
Reject. There we go. That's what you do. You run. You run. I ran away from that thing that claimed to be Rebecca and didn't look back. You did, though. You did look back. We saw you look back. Telling no one, I fled to the other side of the country to get away from what I saw that night. I moved into an affordable home inside a rural town in the countryside, a place where I thought I might be safe.
Uh-oh.
But it didn't end there.
I liked her shirt thing, I think. Oh, hello. Oh.
Funny that you bring up the suicide thing.
Oh.
Rebecca did not seem convinced of my rejection and would not relent in its advances. I couldn't go on living like this. It would follow me to my last breath.
I was trying to prevent this! Because I thought it was maybe like hallucinations and like accepting would make her commit suicide. If that makes any sense
I get what you were going at.
No! This isn't even right. Gosh darn it. Oh, and it was Elana.
Well, she's Elana.
Well, I meant the way to pronounce it was Elana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
when you started mentioning the suicide, I'm like, okay, well, she's got, like, the idea, but she's going the wrong way with it.
Oh, no. I died.
So, yeah, that's one of the endings. Do you want to possibly go back for more?
I kind of do.